Hey everybody, it's Aaron at Warmoth, and this double neck that I made to play one song is done. It's time to find out how it sounds. So if you have been following along, you have already seen parts 1, 2, and 3 of building this double neck. Well, today the saga continues. We're going to find out how it sounds. But before we do that, I want to weigh it and find out how much it weighs. I haven't actually done that yet, but just by holding it, I would guess that it's probably, I'm going to say between 12 and 13 pounds, which would still be less than some Les Pauls I have held. So let's weigh it and find out. And it looks like 12 pounds, 12 and 13, 12 pounds, 13 ounces roughly. So I nailed it. So I talked a little bit about it in part 3, but just to revisit it, there is precious little room here to get a string winder or whatever in there. So I've been thinking of options, and I think what I'm probably going to end up doing, well, there are several options. One, I could just get another neck that is right-hand reverse, so the tuners are down here, but I don't really want to do that. Another option that I think I am going to do is change the tuners on this neck to locking tuners so that I don't have to sit there and wind them and wind them. I can just run the string through and just turn it a little bit and I'm pretty much there. The other option that was brought up that intrigues me is changing to like the banjo style tuners where the tuner is actually pointing straight out the back of the neck. I kind of like that idea. I'm going to look into that too. But I think my solution, one way or the other, is going to be to change the tuners on this neck. I don't think that the weight of this is prohibitive. I mean, the reason I went with these tuners originally is because they were so light. But I don't think this has turned out so heavy that I can't add a couple more ounces in the tuners. The other thing that I was worried about is it was going to be neck heavy because you got 2 necks sticking out there. You got 18 tuners, and I was worried this was going to be neck heavy, but it's really not. I can let go of it, and it pretty much stays where it is. So definitely I think changing to the tuners is going to be the solution for me. Anyway, so let me take you through the pickup positions one at a time so you can hear the different tones that this thing is capable of, and you can see how the switching actually works. One thing that a lot of people brought up and that you may want to consider if you're building one for yourself is to put the 12-string neck on the bottom and the 6-string neck on the top. For me, I don't want to do that. I want the 12-string on the top. I don't know why. Just doing it the other way just seems backwards to me. Maybe it doesn't to you. So that's the good thing, is that you can build it any way you want. As far as a case goes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I've kind of scoured the internet looking for options. It looks like I can maybe get a double neck soft case, or I think I'm going to have to buy a double neck case that's made for a different model of guitar, and then just cut out the shape that fits this guitar. If anybody has any ideas on a case, let me know, because I'm in the market. The other thing that I'm in the market for that I have not been able to find anywhere is a 12-string string retainer. I know that they exist. If you look on old Fender necks, you'll see a string retainer that captures the middle 8 strings. And it's not just a string retainer that holds them down. It's actually a thick piece of metal that bolts to the guitar, and the strings pass through it. If you have like an old Fender 12 string, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't know anybody that sells that part aftermarket. I think the only way, or at least the only way that I've been able to find it, is on some auction site where people want a mint for them. So far, I haven't had a problem with it, and I may not even really need one. The strings are staying in the nut just fine. You know, I'm not going to be doing a lot of crazy bending or anything on this 12-string neck. And I'm not having any problem with strings ringing behind the nut or anything, so I think I may be fine without one. So in the first video, I did mention that I had built this guitar specifically to play one song in my Bon Jovi tribute band, and you know what song that is, so let's play it. So I am still very much getting used to how to hold and play this thing, particularly how to pick it up off the stand and put it on. Do I grab it by both necks? Do I grab it by one? Do I have to hold it by the body? It feels awkward, a little bit like a parent learning how to hold a baby for the first time. I'm not really sure where to grab it, but I'm figuring it out. But there are two other things that I've really noticed when it comes to playing it. One is that as far as the 12-string neck goes, the 12-string that I have now is a Taylor acoustic 12-string, which is a fantastic instrument. But the string spacing on this one is much narrower, especially on the bridge side, so you have to be a little more precise when you're picking. But the other thing I know when it comes to like the double neck is that when you switch back and forth between the necks, a lot of times you just throw the pickup selector where you want it, and you switch to the other neck, and it goes against every fiber of my being to leave the strings ringing. Like you play and you let go and the strings are ringing, and you switch to the other neck, and there's a part of my brain that just screams every time I do that. But I have to train myself that it doesn't matter, because I'm switching that neck out of the circuit. It just takes some getting used to. Hopefully by the time I start performing on this, I'll have all those things mastered. And you know, I did build this guitar to play one song. But if you're a follower of the Warmoth YouTube channel, you know that I play a huge variety of stuff. And I always check my guitars for maximum versatility. Even though I built this guitar for one song, I'm going to check it for maximum versatility right now. So let's see how it does. So I'm still getting used to playing it, and all the little idiosyncrasies that come along with a double neck. But I'm getting it dialed in, and hopefully by the summer of this year, 2021, I'll have it all figured out, I'll feel comfortable, and I'll be ready to start performing on it. And I really hope we're performing live music again by the summer of 2021. Please let live music come back in 2021. But anyway, if you're looking to build a double neck of your own, whether it's a 12-6 or whether it's a 6 and a baritone, or whether it's a guitar and a bass neck, any of those things, make sure you check out the Warmoth website. We've got parts for all of it. If you have any questions, give our customer service reps a call. Those guys are the experts when it comes to parts and compatibility and all that stuff. And until next time, keep on picking.